ब्रह्मणाहुतम्
ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यम्
ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यम्
ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना
ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
जय गुरु। So we go to 9-6. यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम्
यदाकाशस्थितो नित्यम्
वायुः सर्वत्र भूमहान्
वायुः सर्वत्र भूमहान्
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि
मतस्थानित्युपधारय
मदस्थानित्युपधारय.
Just like in Akasha. What is Akash? Space. Just like in Akasha or space, Vayu is there. What is Vayu? Air. Just like in space there is air, just like that all beings reside in me. This is simple, nothing much to explain here. The main thing is in the next sutra, 9-6. Sarvabhutani Kaunteya
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय
Prakritim Yanti Mamikam
प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम्
Kalpakshaye Punastani
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि
Kalpadau Visrajamyaham.
कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
O Kaunteya, he is addressing Arjuna. Son of Kunti is called Kaunteya. So, O Kaunteya, all the beings, they dissolve in my Prakriti. What is he talking about? At the end of a kalpa, what happens? Everything gets destroyed. So, he's saying it in a nice way. All beings dissolve in my Prakriti. When Kalpakshaye, what is Kalpa? End of the age. Kalpakshaye, at the end of the age. Punastani Kalpadam, again at the beginning of a new Kalpa. Visraja, to give birth to. I give birth to them all over again, or I create them all over again. So those who attended the previous Bhagwad Gita, we spoke about yugas. You remember? Yeah, so like that many yugas together form one kalpa. Yeah. So little destruction happens at the end of a yuga and the beginning of a yuga. There is more creation, there is more change, transformation happens. So it's just been 200 years since we started into our new yuga. Yeah, so it wasn't like a major disaster, but yeah, there was trouble. Yes. So at the beginning, at the end, you will see the little troubles, world wars, extinction of animals, extinction of things, yeah, like the dinosaurs just vanished. Yeah, these things you see at the end of yugas, at certain yugas. Yes. And such many yugas form one kalpa, one age. Yeah. So kalpa is actually billions of years. Yeah, very long time. Yeah. In the Vedas, it is 1.31 trillion solar years. Yeah, so it's a lot of years. We don't need to learn all the mathematics, but kalpa and age is long. And He says that at the beginning of a kalpa, I create everything. In me only everything dances, swims, does its drama, and at the end of the kalpa, I destroy everything. Yeah? So some of you were talking about Narayana's dream. So Narayana at the beginning of a kalpa creates everything. And this is a dream really. You are not real. You think you are real. Have you really noticed this life is very dreamy? Don't you feel it now also? Very dreamy it is. It's not real. You just want it to be real, but it is not real. You're actually dreaming. And the day you wake up, that is the day of your enlightenment. And you remember in the night you sleep and you see many dreams? You don't see one dream. You don't see dream in one body or one lifetime. You go through many lifetimes in a dream. You become a bird also, you become an animal, you become a crow, a cockroach. Yeah, you become a human with wings. Everything possible, and you come back in the morning. And you're like, what nonsense I saw all night. Yeah, you saw so many dreams. Just like that. When you get enlightened, you will realize all these lifetimes that you went through were just your dreams. Actually, we are not born.
Wow. 6 मैं ये तो
I think
सहमत कर
this
दिया
more or less the Matrix movie.
It's more elaborated really well in details in Yoga Vasishtha. So complete Ashtavakra Gita, complete Narada and Upanishad, we'll go to Yoga Vasishtha. Give it 2 more years. Yeah? When we start Yoga Vasishtha, this is how it begins. You are in a dream. It's the beginning. So imagine what it could be ahead. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll come there. But understand right now that this is a dream. This is not real. I have made this up. It is all a figment of my imagination. I wanted to be in this lifetime with this person in USA, doing this thing, working like this. All this is a figment of your imagination. Every little bit of it. Yeah? None of it is really true. In the night, you only create your own dream and you only destroy it. Yeah, and you wake up in the morning and say, nonsense. Exactly the same thing will happen. You will get out from your dreaming state, yeah, on that day of your enlightenment and say, oh, what nonsense I did. Lifetime after lifetime. Yeah. He only created that atom. Yeah. That is also in a dream. In a dream you create everything. Yeah. All atoms combined together. Yeah. They only become planets. Yeah. And those only planets become the entire Milky Way. And then slowly, yeah, this entire Milky Way, everything is born. All creatures, all beings are just a part of this creation, this dream of yours. You have been dreaming and you have reached here. It's nobody else's dream, it's just your dream. And what happens at the end of a kalpa? Everything dissolves. It comes to an end. You are in a dream and this is all your creation. Now this is so big. I have created this whole life, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, how many ever years I live. Okay, let me start small. Let me recognize the little creations of my mind that I've done during the day. Oh, because of this little raga, I'm attached to this. Oh, because of this little dvesha, I'm averse to this. Let me start there. Start dropping. Soon you will come to an understanding that when I wish for something, that is what happens. Even if I'm averse, this should not happen. It's a wish actually to happen only. You don't recognize it. Because universe does not understand your English or German or Tamil or Telugu you're talking about. It just manifests your own raga and your own dvesha. That should give you a clue. Oh, my own raga or dvesha manifests in my life. So I am the creator, no? I am only creating it. This truth, when it becomes very, very clear, you stop creating things. And then you just go with the flow. Yes. Then there is no more agami karma. What is agami karma? Future. I will not plant any more seeds for the future. Because I realize even if I throw a seed of love towards one direction, that can become attachment. That attachment can become delusion, moha. Yes, and then possessiveness can start. Then from that jealousy, then from that obsession, and can become negative. Yes, so not even the seed of love. Because my love is so manipulated in my subtle body level. I'm so confused. Anytime it can go to the lower levels. So slowly you will stop throwing these seeds of future creation. Because it is a recognition. But even to get to this stage, that first recognition needs to happen. That it is because of my raga or dvesha that this has manifested and this has manifested. Has this step started happening? Self-analysis will help you. Slowly, this mind will stop fooling you. But has that first step happened? Have you really recognized, oh, my only raga has led to this manifestation in life. My only dvesha has led to this, what I'm going through in my life. Even you all are in USA. It is your creation. It's all you're doing. It's all you're doing. When you come to this understanding, something changes inside you. A shift happens. That first shift, that first gear is very important. Then गाड़ी start होने वाली है. नहीं तो नहीं start होती. That first gear, has that happened? Yeah, starting problem. Yeah. That shift can happen at any time. I cannot say when it will happen to you, when it will happen to you. Everybody's time is different. Different kinds of knowledge works for different people. Yeah. Somewhere that shift will happen where a recognition will come. That is number one step. टटोलो अंदर देखो हुआ है क्या आज तक?
Sometimes it's very delayed.
It's okay. First time, if it happens, it will happen. The gaadi is still alive and possibility of it kicking and running is there. It's not dead. It doesn't have to go to the junkyard. Yeah, junkyard means next lifetime. Yeah. So if that first shift has happened in you, that first recognition has happened, that is my only raga that has led to this, or my only dvesha that has led to this, let me take a step back. Let me just now go with this faith that life has a current of its own and it will take me in the direction it has to take. I am going to stop creating raga and dvesha. Have you done that?
Yes.
Fantastic. Even if once you've done it, pat yourself on the back. Great job.
Sometimes when we think about that, it really terrifies. Where would I have been? कहाँ जाते थे अगर ये सब knowledge, ये सहारा नहीं होते तो, and sometimes it makes you feel very proud that okay, you came at least till here. You will go ahead.
Very good. That is required. That is faith. Yeah, with higher chitta this is. Yes. Yes, I'm not perfect yet. but I've worked little bit, no? I've done my bit. Fantastic. I will be able to do a little bit ahead. I'll be able to do after some time a little more ahead. On a dark street in the night when you're driving with your gadi ka headlights, how much can you see? Even if you do high beam, 200, 300, the best car, somewhere at least far off you see a lot of darkness. Can you say, no, first let the light come there, then I'm going to start driving? You drive, no, those 200-300 yards, and then the next 200-300 yards become lit. That's exactly what will happen on this path. You move these 200-300 yards, the next 200-300 yards will become lit. Move that much, the next 200-300 will get lit. Automatically it will come. It is going to come from within you. It does not need to come from outside. Because you have been on this path, the right knowledge will flower at the right time. Yeah? Otherwise you say, no, I've been listening to what? Ashtavakra, Patanjali, Bhagwad Gita, Upanishad. Nothing has happened to me. The seed is sown, huh? The seeds have been planted in you. At its own time, it will flower. It will show you the path. And then another seed will flower. And that will show you the path. Got it? You keep an eye on these flowers. Don't start running away from the path. You love thorns. And then you crib also. Why I got hurt with the thorns? If you run behind thorns, you're going to get... Are you seeing what I'm saying? Yeah? Ragas and dveshas are nothing but thorns. Drop, drop, drop. That is why we are going one level deeper. Recognizing how negative my mind is. How positive it is. Did you do that homework?
Yes.
Are you recognizing where are most of your ragas and dveshas going?
Yes.
Negative.
The seed is sown in you. So don't think that, I am not changing. I'm not growing. No. Yeah? In the earth, we plant seeds. Earth cannot say, there is no change. The change has happened. It's not apparent yet. But it has happened. Yeah? At its right time, the sprout will come out. Got it? Give it its time. Yeah? So whenever there is a knowledge session, come what may, drop everything and be there. My spiritual path, highest priority. Higher than everything else. Higher than health, wealth, family, friends, social circle, time pass, TV, Facebook, new things, smartphone, and I don't know what else. Yeah? All these things are secondary. First, my spiritual progress. If I can do justice here, be here 100%, everything in life will be taken care of.
Ekta ji, there is a question on Hangout.
Hush.
If my ragas and dveshas are creating my life, then having a raga for enlightenment might be a good thing.
Good, very good. Start. गाड़ी तो चालू करो, आगे दिखते हैं. आगे हम बात करेंगे. गाड़ी चालू करो. Start the car, I said. I'll talk to you after your car has started. Start moving. Yeah. Good raga. Yeah, better than TV and Facebook. Yeah, better than shoes and I don't know what else. Bags, cars. Yeah, better raga. Start. Yeah. For that, start working on the path of knowledge. Start doing meditation and kriya every single day. Are you meditating every single day? Yes. How many of you really cheat? Hand up. Cheat. My meditation time is my time. Do you cheat on having a bath?
No.
Taking a shower?
No, sometimes.
Taking food.
Food?
Food is
Why do you cheat on meditation?
very special.
Sleep?
Food space.
If the full day you've been extremely busy, even if it is 11:30, 12 in the night, doesn't matter. Sit on your bed for 20 minutes, it's okay. I will sit with the bed, sit and sleep, doesn't matter. Fool your mind. Yeah, I'm sitting and sleeping. Keep quiet. And then just take that step back. Be in that causal body. Relax. Just observe, observe, observe. Let go a lot of ragas and dveshas that happen during the day. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Let go. Yeah? At least do that much if you've had a very long, tough, tiring day. So say that you meditate, even if it is the last thing in the day. It is for me. It is not. You're not doing some big ihsan on somebody else. Yeah, it's not a favor you're doing for somebody else. It's for your own self. Yeah. So meditate, and whenever there is a chance for knowledge, just be there. First priority for knowledge. You don't know which day, what time that seed will just get implanted in. Yeah. And then you never know, one day you might just wake up and realize, oh boss, this is a dream. I just realized it. Yeah. You can actually feel it. It's very hazy. It's not real.
It's not
Even if you get the best glasses, 20/20 vision, it's still hazy, huh? It's not about vision hazy.
But only in moments we get that. It's not complete.
You do get in moments. That's beautiful. Sometimes you get, no? Is this real or is this a dream?
Is this a dream?
It is a dream. Yeah. 9-8. Prakriti swamavashtabhya
Prakriti swamavashtabhya
Visrajami punha punha
Visrujami punah punah
Bhutagramim kritsnama
Bhutagramim Vritsama
Vasham prakriti varshat
Vasham Prakriti Vashat
I repeatedly create this Prakriti. And all the modes of Prakriti. What are the modes of Prakriti? Just tamas sattva. The gunas of Prakriti are also created by him. Yes? So I repeatedly create this Prakriti. I create the modes of Prakriti, and all the beings have to follow this mode. Follow these three modes, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. So I'm saying it very gently. He's saying everything is in the Vash of Prakriti. Understand Vash? What is Vash?
Control.
Totally controlled by. Yeah? So what really controls you is the cycle of Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. Can you do anything in the night? How much ever you want to stay up. You feel sleepy, groggy, body's tired, subtle body gives up. Yeah? And you fall. You can't do anything. You go through that tamasic phase. You have to rest through the night. Yeah? How much ever you want. No, I want to stay in bed. Can you stay 24 hours in bed? Rajas will take over. You will be propelled out of bed. You are pushed out of the bed. This is the Vash of Prakriti. Are you getting this? Yeah. So do you have Vash over it?
No.
Yeah. The nature has a clock design. That clock is the Rajas Tamas Sattva clock. So then there's a time, there are a few hours in the day when the particular Rajas Tamas Sattva interact, create a dosha of Pitta in you. Yeah, that's when you will feel hungry, the fire increases. Yes, then particular Rajas Tamas and Sattva proportions create Vata in you. Yes, and particular combination creates Kapha in you. So there is the Ayurvedic clock, and that clock actually runs through the day. Yeah? So that is why anybody who is a Pitta dosha, first of all, do you know your doshas?
Yes.
So the Pitta dosha people will feel very fiery and hungry between 10:30, 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Yeah, that's the time they must eat. Otherwise, you go all crazy. Yeah, you become a drama queen or a king. Right? Yeah. So that's what happened to me. Yeah. So it's the clock that works like that. Are you noticing? Oh, boss, I am totally in control. I'm a little puppet, and then that's how Pitta can just pick me up. Yeah. Same thing. Kapha does. Kapha induces that tamas in you. Yeah, and you feel that lethargy, that pulling down. You can't do anything. Yeah, how much ever you try to pull yourself up, but that kapha is so strong. It's almost like a power pushing you down, forcing you to rest. Nature beating you up to rest. Have you noticed? Kapha time. Yeah? Mostly in the afternoons and in the middle of the night. And then there is this vata time. You're all up and jumpy and you don't know what to do. You're all over the place. Have you noticed? Fully rajasic. Too much rajas. Yeah? So there is this clock of nature that works and it rules me and I cannot do anything about it. Are you getting it? Now you understand Vashe Prakritim? How you are in the Vash of Prakriti. 9-9 न च मां तानि कर्माणि
न च मां तानि कर्माणि
निबध्नान्ति धनञ्जय
निबध्नान्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनवदासीनम्
सक्तं तेषु कर्मसु These actions do not bind me, O Dhananjay. Which action? First creation, then maintenance, then destruction, then the action of this big modes of Prakriti and keeping you under control. All actions God is doing, the Brahman consciousness is doing. But still He says, these actions do not bind me, O Dhananjay. What is the meaning of binding?
Beyond holding.
They can hold it responsible.
Untouched.
And so when you are held responsible or when you are bound, what happens?
He actually is witness, like he's not involved into that particular thing. So he is not responsible.
So what is the meaning of not being bound? How are you bound?
We identify ourselves with,
So what is your bondage?
with Prakriti.
How do you get bound? And what does it lead to?
Cycle of life.
Cycle of birth and death. I am born and I die. I'm born and I die. This is bondage. This is the only bondage. Understand this. Ashtavakra will talk about it. Patanjali will talk about it. You can't say karma, raga, dvesha, this, that. There is only one bondage. What is that? I am bound by the cycle, the vicious cycle of birth and death. Can you make a choice where you want to be born? Can you choose, I don't want to come back? Are you asked, do you want to die today? Nothing is in my control. I am bound. Do you understand the meaning of being bound now? Yeah? You get bound because of your actions, because of the karma created from ragas and dveshas, correct? Now, God is doing karma. He's creating all the beings. He's maintaining them. He's destroying them. He creates this rajas, tamas, sattva, which controls us like puppets. All this is action of God. And still he is not bound by any karma. How? It should be fair and square, no boss. I do something, I get bound. He does something, he doesn't get bound. There will be something that is different.
Because he is doing it just as a play, like a dream. For
He's
him,
not
it is
getting
not,
attached
for
to the
him, it is
action.
not the action. It is just like we playing with toys. We do not get mind along with the toys.
Perfect. It is a game for him. It is a leela. Yeah, he's not attached. What happens to us? One little thing I buy. New iPhone on the market, no? 7? My new iPhone 7. My new iPhone 7. My God, you don't sleep without it. Where is my phone? Where did I keep it? Have you seen that? Yeah. You know, I'll tell you one attachment you are not aware of right now. You parked your chappals outside, no?
Yes.
And you get up and go out, and if you see them missing, what will happen to you? Oh, who I just bought it last month. My new chappal. Yeah? Just imagine. You didn't even realize that you are so attached to it. Just the thought of, oh, nahi milega. It will be gone. Are you seeing this? Lots of attachment we have. With small, small things we have attachment. And God creates this entire creation, this entire drama, and there is no attachment to it. How can you say for sure he is not attached?
I mean, the whole thing dissolves and recreates, right?
Perfect. Have you made sand homes on the beach? You only make it and then you only stamp on it and you walk over it and there's no attachment there, no? Can you do that to your $1 million home? Do it to your car?
Not only shakes.
See? This is attachment. He can create this whole creation, all these beings, and he can only walk over it and destroy the whole thing. No attachment. Yeah, but one little thing that you will lose, see what happens to you. How many days in your dream it will come? My chappals are lost.
This happens all the time in Bangalore.
That's what I was about to say. In one of the
Maybe we
courses in
discuss
Bangalore,
chappal chori.
we were having a course in BN. So every time the chappal will get lost from BN and you will find it near the kitchen. So we will wear it from the kitchen and we will come out of the course and the chappal will come again. Only to find it back in the kitchen. You know, I'm not
Okay, children, let's complete this last sutra and then we have to go on to video 2. Huh? So, 9-10. मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिं
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिं
सूयते सचराचरम्
सूयते सचराचरम्
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय
जगत् विपरिवर्तते
जगद्विपरिवर्तते.
Just by my presence, this Prakriti is created. That is how he doesn't make karma. What is the meaning of just by my presence?
Like just by his presence of the sun, all the activities are happening.
Perfect. You went to college when did you do chemistry lab? Catalyst. Do you know what's a catalyst?
Yeah,
Yeah.
states of the process.
A catalyst is just required for the chemical reaction to be completed. It does not participate in the reaction. Remember this little one thing from chemistry lab? Yeah. Same thing happens up in the clouds. Hydrogen and oxygen come together. Yeah. Just by hydrogen and oxygen coming together is water formed? Can water be formed? What is required? And what else is required? There is a catalyst. How does rain fall? What is required first?
Lightning.
Electricity. Hydrogen plus oxygen in the presence of electricity turns to water. Electricity is just a catalyst. Yes, that lightning that you see in the sky every time before rain, that is that electricity that are just required for this chemical reaction to take place and for rain to fall. Are you getting this? Electricity does not do anything. Does it do anything? It's just there. Yeah. Sun is just present. Sun has to just come up in the morning. Automatically, birds start chirping. Yeah. People start getting up. Flowers start blooming. How does the flower know the sun is up? Did the sun go and pull the petals of the flower? Open. Sun is not doing anything. Just a presence, a catalyst. Exactly like that. God is just a presence. In His presence, the Prakriti gets created. It runs and it dissolves. That's why God does not create karma. What is He trying to tell you in this thing?
Be a catalyst.
Be a catalyst in
Perfect. Just be a witness. A catalyst is a witness, na? The electricity up in those clouds is just a witness. It didn't do anything, not a doer. Be a witness. What is our problem?
Involved.
I get totally involved. I did it. If I didn't do it, this would have not happened on me. I am so great. What is this? First is attachment to the action. Because of the attachment, there is doership. And then obviously, I am sowing the seeds of doership. What is going to come back to me? Agami karma. Clear? That is why I am bound, and that is why God is not bound. Because He is a catalyst and I am in my doership mode. So be a catalyst. Homework number? Okay, so he says, just by my presence, Mayadhyakshena. Mayadhyakshena means just by my presence, this Prakriti runs. Yeah. Suyate Sacharacharam. Both moving and motionless. So there is motionless aspect of Prakriti. This space, is it moving? No. Yeah. This motionless aspect of Prakriti and the motion aspect of Prakriti. Beings, creatures, everything. Everything is running just by my mere presence. That's how the universe evolves, he says. That's how you do your action. Simple? Simple homework, no? Just be. Yeah, no ragas, no dveshas. Yeah, you're in a difficult situation, somebody is saying something, somebody wants you to do something, just be. How can I be a catalyst in this situation without getting attached to whatever is happening? No need to react. Drop this reaction. Remember Bhagwad Gita 1 we did? Reaction. First, what happens inside? Sensation. I have a sensation of sukha, I react to sukha. I have a sensation of dukkha, I react to dukkha. So, how can I be a catalyst?
Just
Observe the sensation. No need to react. Yeah? I gave you this homework months ago, a year ago maybe. Yeah? Are you still following it? Just observe that sensation. Oh, it's a bad sensation, a not feeling inside. You feel like opening your mouth and saying something. Watch that sensation. Watch. Let it dissolve. everything will dissolve sooner or later. Some sensation will stay longer, some sensation will go faster. But it has to dissolve. It has to dissolve. Expiry date of a sensation is fixed. Just wait. It will go, it will go, it will go. And relax, maybe in a few minutes or maybe a few hours, doesn't matter. Once it goes, okay, now you react. Bol. What do you want to say? Bol, bol. Arey to bol. Then you won't be able to say only. Yeah? That's the way to live. Be a catalyst. Just observe. Just observe. No reacting to sensations. Yeah? Act only if it is required from the situation outside. Somebody says something, asks a question, respond to that question appropriately if required. Not from the sensation inside. Respond with a very practical and objective answer. I'm just giving you very small examples. Apply that in your life. With your spouse, with your children, with your parents, wherever. Every situation.
It's so difficult not to feel anything at any time. You know, what you're saying is that just respond to a situation without being involved in it, or not from an emotional level, just being detached, which would mean you wouldn't feel anything. Which is, to me, it's very difficult.
You'll get there. Start. At least start. Take the first step. Start with your most, closest family first. They deserve the chance, right? Yeah. Your spouse, your husband, wife, your child, your parent, your friend, mother, father. Mothers are so overly emotional. And you get so angry with them. Stop being emotional, old lady. First of all, stop saying old lady. Let me start there. One by one. Second, let me stop advising my mom. All this I'm reacting because I don't like the words, whatever she said, and they created a sensation inside me. Okay? So first I reacted, I said old lady, and I said don't be emotional out of my sensation. Yeah? I reacted. First is acknowledging I reacted. Yeah? Two, recognizing, okay, in my reaction I did this and I said this. Yeah? Then third step, let me focus on the sensation that happened when she said some words that just fell on my ears. Oh, they're just words. Why am I making a mountain out of a mole? It is only sound. Big deal. I have attached importance to these words. That is why they created the sensation in me. Oh, so who's the culprit here? My attachment to those particular words. Whatever those words are. You should do this, you should not do this, whatever. Yeah, so attachment to words or that particular thing that she's talking about is the problem. The problem is not mom, but it. So I just helped you analyze something very simple most of you are going through. Yeah? Apply this in all your relationships. Analyze, analyze, analyze. Come to the sensation. From the sensation, recognize, oh, where is the attachment? Oh, this particular thing I'm attached to. Let me start working on this. If you don't pull out the weed from its roots, what will happen? If I just cut it from the top, it'll come back again. And then you say, oh, I have such a bad, dirty backyard. Why do you have a dirty backyard? You are the cause. You are doing it to yourself. You are letting weeds grow. They have to be pulled from the root. And the root is my attachment. It's not mom. It's my attachment to those particular 2 words, 3 words, whatever those words are. And then that analysis can go even deeper. Depends what those words are, no? Yeah. Go deeper and check. You will find the root cause of your problem. From that root cause only you have to uproot it. That's the only way out. There is no other way if you're looking for a shortcut. Cutting the weed is not going to help. You'll only be mean to her, whoever the person is in your life, yeah, and spoil your relationships. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So homework number whatever, work on that nasty relationship in your life.
Sometimes you find your mind picks a fight outside with someone. You step back and you observe it. But instead of stop there, I'm observing and I know I'm doing it. But when it continues, the drama continues. I've learned a little bit to step back and observe it, but I'm not able to stop it. So would that be like you're saying it is attached to something deeper down in
Yes,
me,
yes.
which I haven't addressed?
100%, it's only you. You recognize what is that is triggering. There is a trigger factor in this situation. Yeah, have you seen a fire, then it goes down, and then again there are some sparks. That sparks have the potentiality of again making it a fire.
Yes.
There are some sparks in you. That spark of attachment to this word, the spark of attachment to what that person is or said, or my expectation from what that person should do for me. There's a spark lying somewhere. Your job is to identify, oh, that's the spark which again and again flares up into a fire.
All the problem is not with me, right?
Again,
There's
you
no-
will never improve in life if you start pointing this way. Then the spiritual path is not for you. Like this. All the time like this. Are you still doing this?
Sometimes, every now and then.
Back, back. It's me. It is 100% me. When I stop, it stops. Nobody dare bring a fire my way. I don't have that potentiality of being a gunpowder anymore. Do what you want. If I am just dry sand, how much ever sparks you throw my way, I am not going to light up. But if I am gunpowder, what will happen? Immediately. So now whose fault is it?
Mine.
I am the gunpowder. You change here, everything around you changes. It has to change. There is no other way. Here you change. Turn your gunpowder into sand and then slowly move into being a water. Cold, absolutely cool. Nothing can heat you up. Yeah? You are giving something power. You recognize it. You are giving power to attachment to those 2-3 words or that expectation from your family member. Something, there is one little thing that you have given a lot of power to. Uproot that only. That's what you're supposed to work on your relationship. That nasty relationship homework that you've written down now. That's exactly what you have to work on. Yes? Committed?